The future of policing is here. I'm Arvada Mayor Marc Williams. See how the changes are making Arvada even safer next on Arvada Insights. Hi, and welcome to the show. I'm joined today by Chief Don Wick at the Lake Arbor Community Police Station, which opened up in March. Tell us a little bit about this place, Chief.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for letting me be here with you today. So this community station is all about our strategy of wanting to build better relationships with our community, do a better job of policing our community, and make this a safer city for everybody who lives, works, and plays here. And this station, the actual physical building, is a representation of the strategy that we're trying to do. As you know, we've embedded the station in neighborhoods that exist within natural geography of the city, and our whole intention is to be much more accessible to our community.
Chief, tell us a little bit about the features of these new police substations.
So these new buildings actually have some very interesting features. First of all, we are making application for LEED Gold. So this building is very efficient in its design, in its energy use, in the way that the heating and air conditioning and lighting systems work. These buildings are actually quite a computer marvel in the way that they work. Everything is run independently and can be programmed independently, and it's a technical marvel, really. The other things that we have is we have a community room which a community can use. I know we're going to talk about that later. Back behind us here in the building, we have designed this building to have an open architecture, which for us what that really means is that we want our employees to have the opportunity to know who is working and who's here, and give them the opportunity to network and collaborate and work together, because that's what we want to do out in the field. So we wanted to create that kind of environment within the building. We also have state-of-the-art locker room facilities, so every officer and employee who works here has a large size locker that allows them to plug in their electronics for recharging, dry out their ballistic vests when they're damp at the end of the day, helps their uniforms stay clean and fresh. We also have a state-of-the-art evidence processing facility. We also have a area where we can wash off and keep our canines clean here. And we also have a place where we can store large size evidence and or dogs if we have them while they're waiting on their owners to come pick them up. So in other words, this building, which is just shy of 10,000 square feet, really encompasses a very modern workplace in a very efficient way.
Now, Chief, we have 3 sectors. First of all, what's a sector and where are they?
So a sector is really a representation of a geographic area of the city. So for example, where the Lake Arbor Station is, it's in Adams Sector, which encompasses mostly the northwest part of the city. We have Baker Sector that covers the south and central part of the city, and Charlie Sector, where our other new station is located in the 6500 block of Kendrick Street. It covers basically the west end of the city.
Now, you talk to City Council a lot about community policing. What is community policing?
Well, you know, there's the traditional sort of textbook community policing, which is the police should have partnerships with the community, should be closer to them, should work with the law-abiding community. And in reality, a lot of police departments don't really practice the theory. What we're trying to accomplish here is not only practice the theory, but then take that one step further and actually make this a practical part of our daily life. And we understand that in order to really be effective at our jobs, we have to have great relationships with our law-abiding community, our business community, and our faith-based community if we're going to be successful at our job.
What's been the community reaction to these new facilities?
You know, the community has been extraordinarily welcoming. We are seeing a lot more traffic into the stations here. People are finding them to be a lot more convenient to their daily lives, and we're finding that people actually, they want to interact with the police officers who are working here where they live.
One of the nice aspects of these 2 new buildings is that they have community rooms.
They do.
What are the community rooms about?
The community rooms are designed to be a place where homeowners associations, book clubs, car clubs, any kind of event like that can come in, they can use the community room for free, and we welcome people to come here. In fact, when groups show up, we often try to have one of our on-duty officers stop in and just say, how are you guys doing? What do you need? Is there anything that we can make your experience better while you're here? So the community rooms have been a very popular part of these buildings.
Now, Arvada and its citizens put a premium on public safety. Did we have to raise taxes or do anything of that nature to be able to pay for these new buildings?
We did not have to raise any taxes to do that. As most of our community knows, there were 2 tax increments that were passed a number of years ago that provided dollars to public safety. Through the frugal nature of the way the city manages their finances anyway, we were able to accumulate enough money that we pay cash for these buildings. So our citizens own these buildings.
Well, that's wonderful. No debt, no ongoing responsibility in terms of the purchase price for these. I think that just shows the commitment of our citizens to keeping this community the way it is.
I agree with you.
You know, in looking at what we've got here, it's a good feel. The citizens like it. Response times obviously improved by having officers more directly into the neighborhoods. It's just another great aspect of what makes this community such a great, safe, and wonderful place to live.
I agree with you, Mark. We are very lucky to be able to police this community, and I think if you talk to any of our officers, they would tell you that same thing.
Well, Chief Wick, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thanks for all you do and what your excellent police force does.
Well, you're
for
welcome.
The citizens of
we're
Arvada.
glad to do it.
If you'd like to learn more about the new community police stations and how to use the community rooms, go to arvadapd.org or call one of the police stations. I'm Arvada Mayor Mark Williams. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Arvada Insights. We'll see you next time, and that's a wrap.